Welcome back to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with Emmy Hikins and a lovely singer-songwriter all the way from Washington, D.C. in the U.S.A. Third son. So I know, like most artists, you obviously like all your songs and all your materials. But you're gonna have to narrow it down to just two that you really like at the moment.
Two. I never thought about it. If I had to pick out of all of them, wow. I would say this House Beat is like one of my favorites right now.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It took me like no time to record it actually. I started recording in another studio and then I went to this other one that was just much better sound and the producer in the studio was very involved.
Yeah.
So I went back to him. And it's probably my favorite so far because I really had fun laying down the vocals.
Yeah.
And I would say that, and I have a song called If I.
Okay.
It's a love song.
Yeah.
It started off as a love song, and after writing it, like I think like last summer, I realized I started seeing the lyrics differently.
Yes.
And it originally came from like a fantasy lyric because I'm not in a relationship.
Yeah.
So it was more fantasy how I view love.
Yes.
When you meet that person. And as I began to realize that the lyrics is also how I feel as coming into the artistry.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fears that I've had to overcome. And, one of those is attention, and just being in the limelight and see all the craziness that happens. So,
yeah.
Part of the chorus, it says, if I give you my heart, my soul, promise you'll never deny me.
Wow.
And part of that is, music is really, an artist being very transparent,
Yeah.
An artist has to be really transparent to really give their all, into the music.
Yeah.
And, once you do that, promise you'll never deny me, you don't, just turn me away, just,
Yeah.
once I put myself out there.
Wow.
So that's been one of my fears to overcome, just everything of who I am and, accepting who I am. So that song kind of represents that for me now. So I think those are probably my top two songs.
Wow, brilliant. That sort of covered the next question, which I was going to ask, and it was going to be, how would you describe the biggest obstacle that you've managed to overcome? But that's answered now. So we're going to have to move on to the next question, which is a really weird question. It's a really difficult one. What would you do if there was no music?
Man, I don't know. I was really just thinking the other day if there was nobody left in this earth but me, but I had music, I think I would be fine. I would be just fine.
You'd just be singing to yourself then, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Right, so this is the concluding part where you get to give shout out to anybody at all, and don't forget Deepstuff Radio 1.
Cool. Well, of course, shout out Deepstuff Radio 1. Man, there's so many people to shout out. Derek Brown, he's a choreographer here in DC.
Yeah.
Great friend. He is the product. This House Beat is all because of him.
Yeah.
Let's see, Reginald Jones, who is the author of which is I'm about to release. And my friends, my family, FIFA, Tanya, Cedric, all you guys. My family, my sister, my brother, both brothers.
Yeah.
And who else would I shout out? Just everybody who supported along the way. anybody I've met,
yeah,
and come across, you know, this pathway, you are a product of who I am today.
Yeah.
You know? So
don't forget.
And a big shout out to my mom.
Yeah.
She rest in peace. She passed away when I was 19, so she is a big inspiration of third son.
Oh,
I am her third son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So I've just realized that there's a part that I missed out, which is very important part, which is how our listeners can find you on social media. You know, Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, websites. Go for it, please.
You can catch me on Twitter at Third Son Soul.
Yeah.
ThreeRDSUNSOUL. The same as on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. Wow. You kept it simple, haven't you?
Yeah, keep it real simple.
That's really smart. Oh, yeah.
And my email is thirdsonsoul@gmail.com.
Yeah, wow, brilliant. Right, so it's been lovely having you on Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio 1 with myself. I've been Emmy Hikins, and you've been listening to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio 1. Have a lovely week now.